Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Shri Gangai Nathay Namah. Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Dada Gurudev. Jai Shri Gurudev to all of you, those who are watching this session live or recorded. These sessions are about Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga. We are taking these sessions discussing about Gurudev Ramlal ji Siyag Siddha Yoga. The very first thing which is a new initiate must read is The Religious Revolution in the World. This is the book Gurudev has written about the description of Siddha Yoga. What is Siddha Yoga and what are the basic information you need to know. First of all, if you are new to Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga, Gurudev initiate his disciples with Sanjeevani mantra. Once you hear that mantra, you need to chant that mantra without moving lips and tongue, and need to do the mental chanting as much as possible. Alright? And you need to do 2 times meditation in the morning and in the evening, empty stomach, 15 minutes. Just sit in front of the picture of Gurudev and ask for the 15 minutes of meditation. Make a prayer as you like and ask for the 15 minutes of meditation 2 times in the morning and in the evening, and as much as mental chanting. And now more about Siddha Yoga. As you will progress, you will automatically be guided by Gurudev that what you need to do next and next. So for the basic information, Gurudev has written 2 books. First is Religious Revolution in the World. In this, Gurudev has given the content of Introduction to Siddha Yoga, how to get initiated into Siddha Yoga, benefit of Siddha Yoga, philosophy of Siddha Yoga, life sketch of Guru Siyag, prophecies about Guru Siyag, prophecies of Holy Bible, meaning of prophecies, and world peace. In the description box, I have given the link of the drive. You can download this book and the another book which I'll introduce with you, Prophecies from the Holy Bible, which we are currently reading. This is more about prophecies about Gurudev, that he is a comforter and he is being a Kalki avatar and a descent of Krishna. So this book you can also download in the description box. And along with that, in the description box there is a link given of the first video in English which explains basic about Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga from my perspective, that what I have learned so far, that my experiences so far. It is a short session, 44 minutes, not very big, but you can watch that session for the brief introduction to the Siddha Yoga. And then you can read this book by downloading, and you can also follow the sessions we have done, 11 sessions. After that video you will get the link after that video, the below mentioned video. You will find the 11 sessions where we have read this book and have given some insight and my own experiences I have gone through. So you can follow those sessions also, half an hour each session. After that we started Gurudev's this book which is more about prophecies from the different scholars, specifically from the Holy Bible. And the more important prophecy is made by Rishi Aurobindo. He even mentioned the date of the descent of the Krishna, the Kalki avatar, 24th November 1926. And Jesus has made very important prophecies which we are reading. And the most important prophecy which I found is made by Jesus is the sign which he has given, that the Comforter will come and he will remain with you forever. And Gurudev said, my picture will not die. Gurudev's picture is the living picture, like we all are living creatures. The Gurudev picture is the live picture. If you sit in front of the picture only and make a prayer that make me sit for the meditation, your meditation will start. So this is the effect of picture. Gurudev's picture is the live picture. So it will remain. Gurudev said, my picture will not die and it will remain till the end of the time. So this is the most important prophecy by Jesus, recognition of the Comforter. Okay, now let's start our today's session. Today's session will start the new chapter. We are almost finishing this book, 2-3 chapters more I guess. Okay. So let's start the session 18th. Sanatan Dharma alone protector of world peace. Maharishi Aurobindo was firm in his faith that God would descend upon the land of India, as he as he believed that darkness had become a dense mass. World peace was beyond the powers of saints, and that the time for the descent of God on earth had come. It was to this end that Sri Aurobindo engaged himself in spiritual sadhana, spiritual practice. He succeeded in his efforts towards the fulfillment of his spiritual mission and declared the 24th November 1926 was the descent of Krishna into the physical. Krishna is not supramental light. The descent of Krishna would mean the descent of the overmind God had preparing. Though not itself actually, the descent of supermind and Ananda. Krishna is Anandamaya. He supports the evolution through the overmind, leading it towards his Ananda. This particular paragraph in itself is a great it's a great if we need to explain it, it needs an entire book, a big book, to explain only this paragraph. Once we finish this book, we will start with this session, if I remember. Actually, we will start with this particular paragraph to explain that what is overmind, what is descent of Krishna into the physical, what is he is preparing for, and overmind, supermind, and the mind, the three layers of the evolution process. So we will discuss it in detail. That is why I said in the start of the session that Rishi Aurobindo made accurate prophecy even with the date of the descent of the Krishna, which is the date of the Gurudev. And then he also explained what the descent of Krishna into the physical form, the overmind, will do. He will prepare for the overmind, for the supermind. So how he is preparing the supermind? What is supermind? What is the transformation from mind to overmind to supermind? Why where overmind lies and what work it is doing? So all the details we will discuss in the separate chapter. Sri Aurobindo had in his prophecy said that the Shakti that had already taken birth as a human being on 24th November 1926 after its spiritual evolution would appear in the world before close of the year 1993. This is again the great information of the great prophecy he made. Gurudev Ramlal ji Siyag descent, he took birth on the earth into the physical, into the body on 24th November 1926. Then on the way of the spiritual evolution, another important date which mentioned by Shri Ma is 1st January 1969. On that day, Gurudev attained the Gayatri Siddhi, Nirgun Nirakar Siddhi, he attained, and his whole body transformed into the divine body. So that day also mentioned by Shri Ma. And after that, evolution continued till 1990. Gurudev met his Gurudev Baba Shri Gangai. Naji, you see his picture beyond, long hairs. He met his Guru in 1984. He took the Diksha in 1984. Dada Gurudev took Samadhi in 31st December 1984. So after that, Gurudev did another sadhana for the Krishna, and he attained another Siddhi, the Krishna Siddhi, which is called Sagun Sakar Siddhi. So he attained two Siddhis in his lifetime, which made his photo live, which made his evolution complete. One is the Earth Siddhi, means the Earth Siddhi, and the Ether. In Hindi we call the Prithvi Tattva and the Akash Tattva. In English we say Earth Ether element and the Earth element. So Gurudev attained these two Siddhis and being evolved completely, and started his mission to awaken people, to initiate people from 1990. So he did that work, started from the 1990s. So same thing Rishi Aurobindo mentioned, that after the evolution process, completing the evolution process, he will be in front of the world in 1993. So in 1991, Gurudev started his, became in front of the world. So this again the very important dates and timing given by Shri Aurobindo. Mahayogi Shri Aurobindo, when he was confined to Alipur jail for standing trial under the Alipur bomb case, had Adesh from God, Krishna, I am raising up, what God said, I am raising up this nation to send forth my word. This is the Sanatan Dharam, which you did not really know before, but which I have now revealed to you. When you go forth, speak to your nation that it is for the Sanatan Dharam that they arise. It is for the world and not for themselves that they arise. When it is said that India shall be great, it is the Sanatan Dharam that shall be great. I have shown you that I am everywhere and in all men and in all things. I am not only working in those who are striving for country, but I am working also in those who oppose them. Whatever men may think or do, they can do nothing but help on my purpose. They are also doing my work. Shakti has gone forth, and now the time has come, and I will lead it to its fulfillment. My Shakti, power, is at work, and the day is not far off when success will be achieved. The prophecies of Jesus Christ speak of the coming of the Comforter from the east, and present is the time for his appearance. Besides, several foretellers from the different corners of the world have predicted that before the close of the 20th century, a new culture would rise in India, and it would spread like storm and tempest all over the world. Of all the religions in the world, it is Sanatan Dharam only that speaks of taking a man to the zenith of his spiritual evolution according to Vedic psychology. The spiritual science, the human body is composed of seven types of sheaths, about which and their development we have talked in their entire details in the chapter Initiation. But of them, only four matter: life, mind, but out of them, only four. First is matter, life, mind, and science are the the supermind have been evolved to a higher stage of consciousness so far. The remaining three, bliss, knowledge, and existence, bliss, becoming, and being, have yet to be developed to their full bloom. As per the scripture from Anandamaya Kosh to Vigyanmaya Kosh, it is the Annamaya Kosh. As per the scriptures from the Annamaya Kosh to the Vigyanmaya Kosh is the lower half of the existence where nescience dominate over knowledge, whereas from Anandamaya Kosh to Satyamaya Kosh, it is a higher form of existence where knowledge has prevalence over ignorance, and hence hence afflictions and limits do not exist even as worth the name. As there is a predominance of ignorance in the first of the fourth koshas sheath, therefore the use of science, instead of being utilized for creative purposes, it is made more for achieving destructive ends. Currently, as we are seeing, the war is going on between Ukraine and Russia. The science they are using, the developed weapon they are using for the destruction of the masses or the people or the for the human being. This is the same thing Gurudev is explaining here. There are four sheaths that human evolves through. First is the very basic our body, which is made up of the food, which is called the Annamaya Kosh. Anna means food. Then there is Pranamaya Kosh, the kosh which is made up of our suksham feelings, which we call the prana, the vayu, which contains our relationship, our feelings. So it is also called in English is called life. All right. The third kosh is Manomaya Kosh. It is the mind. Mind is a conveyor kind of all the karmas we have been collecting all over. here in this world we survive through lows and highs. We go through into different kind of phases in our life due to our afflictions, or due to our afflicted mind, you can say, due to our karmas, bad or good karmas. So we go through. So this is also related to the physical world. And the fourth kosh is the science kosh. Now, total seven koshas, the central kosh is the science kosh. If we start from the lower kosh and we reach to the science kosh, from science there is a diversion actually. Science has two bases. First is the base of the world, the materialistic base, which is called the material science, materialistic science. Today's science, we can say, the bhautik science. And the another science base is the spirituality. The one who is awakened from the internally spiritually, he is not bounded with the world, being into the body, into the life, into the mind. He is still not bounded with it. Then the science which arises is called the spiritual science, the science of the spirit, the science of the God. So the base, if base is the spiritual, the science is being used for the creative purposes, evolution purposes. If the base of the science is the materialistic thing, the world, the base which we learn in the books and from our education, or for the power and possessions, that science development is, that science is used for the destructive purposes. So Gurudev want to say here that we are confined into the seven sheaths, but the one who is awakened through initiation, the science which is based on the spirituality is awakened. Now the person does more good to the people with the science than the people, those who does bad with the science which is based on the materialistic purposes. So the need of at this point is that the maximum development the science has already done. It has reached its peak. It has created lots of destructive material. It can destroy the earth 4 or 5 times. So it has reached its peak. Now the time is to ascend toward the spiritual science. So that is why the time has come for the descent of the Krishna. The start of the chapter says that Rishi Aurobindo said, now it is the time, the descent has been done, Krishna has been descended down as a comforter. Jesus said the comforter will come at this point of time. So it is the main time when the switch over is going to happen from the materialistic science to physical science to spiritual science. It is in the Vedic Dharma only that the theory of God becoming incarnate on earth from time to time is accepted as an eternal truth. It also holds that the direct realization of God and seeing Him is possible. No other prophetism on earth has such capabilities. They only know of God on the basis of the preachings of their prophets. In they only know of God on the basis of the preaching of their prophets. In the religion of the followers of the prophets, no methods, functional methods for that matter, are available to directly realize and see God. When the people of the world have acquired knowledge about 4 out of the 7 koshas or sheaths, then it should be possible to become fully knowledgeable about the remaining 3 koshas also, remaining 3 sheaths also. Acquisition of the knowledge about them is within the competence of Sanatana Dharma only. More so when people from the world of prophetism cannot accomplish such an activity, as only remaining 3 elements, Sat, Chit, Anand, remain to be developed now. Therefore, India alone will fulfill this assignment received from God. Since time immemorial, India has been giving this knowledge as a gift to the people of the world. It has been for the divine knowledge that India had for long remained in occupation of the seat of Guruhoodship of the world. According to prophecies made by several of the foretellers of the world, India would propagate and spread this divine knowledge throughout whole of the world before close of this 20th century, and thus she would once again enter into the period of her golden age. According to the shloka from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 22, human form has been considered to be the highest manifestation of God. The main hymn and the other details there have been given in the chapter initiation, and we shall have to search for truth. As per the explanation of this shloka from Gita, a man attains to the stage of becoming and being like God. Therefore, according to the Vedic psychology, man can, by development of all the seven koshas referred to in the beginning of this chapter, attain to the highest state of human evolution. Not only Indian astrologer, but sheer from all corners of the world have made prophecies that only Indian philosophy would be accepted by one and all during the 21st century. Indian philosophy of yoga system tells us of the functional method of attaining the Parampad or the Kevalyapad. All details about this process including the main hymn and other related matters have been explained in the chapter We Shall Have to Search for the Truth. Once the Indian rishis of yore had seen the entire cosmos on the basis of the above principle of philosophy, they started their search for the supreme element within the human body itself and discovered that supreme power resides in the Sahasrara here. He had created whole of the universe through his power, the Shakti which is resident in the Mooladhar, the Kundalini Shakti. These two elements in conjunction created this world. This Shakti, in its downward journey from the Sahasrar, created several universes and lokas en route to its place of the residence and finally settled down in the Mooladhar, base root chakra, where it lies latent. It can be awakened in the human form only, and that too during the lifetime of the person. This is possible only when the Guru bestows on one his grace of Shaktipat. In this particular chapter there are two elements have been mentioned. One is the Shakti element and another is the supreme power element which resides in the Sahasrara. When they conjunct together, then the liberation is being granted by the grace of Guru and God. And Gurudev Ramlal ji Siyag attained two elemental Siddhi, and these are the two elements. First element is the supreme power, we call it ether element, and another is the Shakti element, Nirgun Nirakar element, which is Gayatri Siddhi, which is the Kundalini Shakti or the earth element we call it. So these two elemental which with the conjunction gives you moksha. Gurudev attained these two siddhis, attainments. So Gurudev says, I am into the complete evolution being a human being. Whatever I have achieved, I can make you achieve that too if you follow what I say. So Gurudev says, chant this mantra which I give, a very small mantra which we will just play now, and just meditate on my picture, and I'll liberate you from the bondages of the illusion of the world. So we will read up to here today, and tomorrow we will repeat this chapter and continue our session from this onwards. Okay, this particular thing which we are ending over here with the grace of the Shakti path, then we have a chapter, small chapter, awakening of Kundalini. We will cover it tomorrow along with this chapter, half chapter this, and the second chapter which is just of one page. So we'll complete that also. Now we will listen to that mantra which Gurudev gives us to liberate us from the bondages of materialistic world. So let's listen to the Gurudev's mantra.
Krishna cling, cling, Krishna cling. What does yoga mean? Yoga means a union of the soul with God or the universal consciousness force. What are the benefits of Siddhi Yoga? Siddhi Yoga heals, cures or frees the body from any physical illness, adds various forms of cancers, diabetes, arthritis, asthma, and even genetic disease like hemophilia. In the case of disease such as AIDS, which attacks the entire body, the patient may experience internal kriyas like sensation or heat, electricity or tingling. According to Siddhi Yoga philosophy, the divine power awakened by the enlightened Guru gets transmitted through his blissful voice to the listeners, irrespective of language spoken by the Guru. This divine power transmissions occurs smoothly and remain unaffected by the language being used. A regular practice of Siddhi Yoga strengthens the immune system. The Kundalini acts as a protective shield of the immune system and wards off the onslaught or recurrence of any disease. Impact of Kundalini awakening. The Kundalini makes the practitioner perform kriyas that are specific to his needs. With this cleaning, the practitioner is cured of all kinds of chronic and even terminal disease such as HIV, AIDS, cancer, arthritis, etc. and genetic disorder like hemophilia. Mental application too are completely cured and stress is completely relieved. Cling, Krishna, cling, 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 cling, Krishna, cling.
So this is the divine mantra of Gurudev. You must chant it as much as possible and 2 times meditation on Gurudev's picture. For more detail, you can check out the description. I have given the basic video link and the drive link also. From there you can download the books to read. Okay. So we will meet tomorrow at the same time around 8:30 Indian time. Till then, to all of you, Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Gurudev.